We are back, and my guest is Mariah Crawford, who is I'm going to just say a psychic medium, whatever. Listen, real quickly, pet psychics. We see these pet psychics on there, and what do you think?
Well, I don't want to debunk or trash anybody. I believe there
Go ahead.
There are pet psychics who I believe have communication, because when I'm giving readings, unasked for, animals come in and they show themselves from the other side, and they give me messages. They show them what their little habits were and how they chewed up or bit people or whatever, and what they passed from, just like humans do. Some of the pet psychics, I think, are maybe bringing comfort to people, but I think that they're also probably scammers, just like there are in every other part, other aspects of the work that we do with the spirit world. I think that it can be helpful, but I think that people should be careful, just as they should with going to people like me. They should ask questions. They should use their own intuition to see if it feels right about what they're getting, the information, and the rest should go right out the window. Spirit encourages us to use both sides of our brain, our intuitive side and our good, rational, analytical side, and I work that way.
Okay. Well, I've watched them, and it's just like, whoa. Okay.
I know. It's a
if pets can't speak English, I don't know how they can talk to them. Let's go real quickly. Reiki. I came down to your place, and that was one of the things that you did, was Reiki, and briefly, because I want to talk about my grandmother. So.
All right. Briefly, Reiki is a hands-on healing technique, and we are simply channels for that. Anybody can be a Reiki healer. Anyone, all of us, every single person on earth has the ability to transmit loving healing, because it comes from the divine and from our healing angels to another person. With Reiki, there are a series of attunements, and because I'm a master, I have Reiki 3 attunement. I can attune other people. You felt the heat coming through my hands. There are other types of healing. I grew up with spiritual healing.
And you felt something with your hands.
And I felt it with my hands.
Turmoil and
I
stuff.
could feel. I'm able to see, not only by my work, but with the help of Reiki, also your aura and chakras. Then you can feel the hand. The heat comes out of the fingertips and out of the hands. It also can come out of the eyes. I can just send it to you through my eyes. It is an ancient technique. Hands-on healing's been used around the world for thousands and thousands of years.
Okay, let's talk about auras.
All right.
What do you see? You talked about auras. I had purple auras and red auras and yellow and all. Did you actually see these?
I actually do see them. And it is a gift that's been given to me. It came suddenly when I was working with a client many years ago. Have you ever walked into a room and you've interacted with a person and you couldn't wait to get away from them because their energy felt so bad? You may
Lots of times.
Lots of times. You are feeling their energy field. They may be very angry, and they will leave that energy behind. All of us are made up of energy, vibrations, and frequency. And the aura is a field of energy and color.
Okay, chakras.
Chakras are...
I have them in my hand.
Yeah.
If you can see these, these are little rocks, little crystals and so on. What are these all about?
Those are given as a gift to clients, because you chose them intuitively, maybe for meditation to help bring those centers back into balance. We have 7 major centers of energy in our body, in the physical body. They are on the beta body, or our spiritual bodies, because this is a covering. Our spiritual bodies live inside this body, and the chakras run along them. And the chakras show me what's going on with you in body, mind, or spirit.
Okay, let's get to, all of a sudden I am there, and my grandmother, you started talking about this woman, and you described very closely what my grandmother's like and some things she said. Now, John Edwards does this on actually I think it's on Fox.
I think it is.
And I'm amazed sometimes, and I think some of the people are really amazed, but what happened when I'm sitting there, laying there, and all of a sudden this came to you? What happened?
What happens is I have already given permission to my angel guides and yours to work through me, and I've spent years preparing myself to do this, and I open and they work through me. They show me in my mind's eye, and in my ears they speak to me. And when I say they, that means we're speaking about your grandmother right now. All of a sudden I feel an energy, and I will see in my mind's eye, and sometimes more strongly than that, a person stepping forward. And they'll show me maybe their favorite clothing, their size, the color of their hair, what they did for a living. Grandmas often show special treats from the kitchen that they were known for, big cakes or whatever, and they just suddenly come in. It's a matter of vibration.
Well, can you see behind them? I mean, are there people like floating
Yes,
around, or what's
they don't
going
float
on
around.
up there?
They're waiting in line to speak. Sometimes they'll be in a semicircle, and there are a bunch of people, and they're all sending me information. And I have to say, would you all stand back, and the person that I'm speaking to step forward, because your Uncle Joe was a hunter, may have shot himself in the foot, and I'm talking to your grandmother, and I'm going, did she shoot herself in the foot? And you'll say, no, but my Uncle Joe did. And I'll say, okay, Uncle Joe, step back. Because he's wanting to get in there, knowing we don't have much time.
Can you ask questions?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, have you ever asked the question, have you met Jesus?
Yes.
And what was the answer?
The answer is yes, for people who are Christians.
Because I notice on this, on John Edwards' show, not that I watch it every day, but I watch this show, and he never asked the question. I would want to say, well, wait a minute, don't go away. There's one more thing I want to ask you, and that's what I wondered. I mean, can you ask questions?
Yes, you can ask questions. That's why people come. I can't tell you that the question will be answered. Neither can I promise that your grandmother will come in. We can ask, but she may not be ready to communicate. She may have already moved on to a higher level of consciousness, because there are many different layers of consciousness in the world of spirit. And she may be embarrassed if she said something to hurt you. Some people will make a special trip in and say, I'm really sorry for what I said.
She was hard on me, but she was a great
But
lady.
she loved
you were
you.
close. You were close. And
She loved you.
Well, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, and I think people need to do that. And we're going to have to take a break here, but I think people need to talk to you and find out more, and they shouldn't go in with this attitude that it's bizarre. And we'll maybe touch on that a little bit with our close, but I just want to thank you for being here,
Thank
and
you.
we will be right back.
It's been my honor.
I think.